Welcome back to the Prison Yard TV. We talk prison politics, realness. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We really need these subscribers right now. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification button. Like the thumbnail says, that's a picture of CMC East. Well, CMC period in San Luis Obispo Prison. I've been there 2 times. First time I lasted probably 40 days at the most. I talked about it in another video. Today, we're going to talk about 2017, September 24th, 2017. I got there July of 2017. As you all know, I got out March 18th or 28th of 2018. So it was the end of my sentence. Yeah, I smoked. And what happened was, let me back up. So CMC is known for celebrities. That's where they send celebrities. The Onion Field Killer, Trey D from Snoop Dogg's crew, the East Siders, Robert Downey Jr., the Onion Field Killer, Greg Powell. All the celebrities usually try to get to CMC because it's known to be a resort. Like everyone tries to get there. The lawns are green. They got a yard shack. You can buy sodas, ice creams on the yard. Matter of fact, I got something. I just found these. So at CMC, I think it's the last prison. Vacaville shut it down. These are yard shack ducats. See on the back, it says CMC. Let me get it focused. Oh, my camera's not focusing. So each square is a nickel, and they're $1. You buy these dollars on Canteen, and you can buy stuff. You could buy things out of the yard shack, the little mini commissary on the yard. Ice cream, sodas, chips, that type of shit. No other prison has that. DVI used to have it. Vacaville used to have it. CMC, I don't know about any other prisons. So people try to get to CMC. It's known, it used to be known as the softest prison in California back in the day. Everyone was trying to get there. It's hard to get there. Being that I had less than a year left on my sentence and I was in New Folsom, they sent me there 2 years prior to 2017, and I didn't like it. I went there from Lancaster, and I didn't like it. So I got up out of there in 40 days. I took off on a JCAT. So now that you guys got clarity about how CMC used to be, 2014, 2015, we was on a hunger strike. All prisons in California, we went on a hunger strike. And the reason why we went on a hunger strike is because Pelican Bay SHU was sending out filters, which means notes, kites, directives to all of us on main lines because they was trying to get out of the SHU. So almost probably 80% of everyone in CDC wasn't eating. We weren't going to chow. We weren't eating our chow. We was throwing it out of our cells for a long period of time, some for like 4 or 5 months. And ultimately it worked. They let all the indeterminate SHU guys, which are the top of the echelon, out of the SHUs. And that's the BGF, the ABs, the NF, and the MA. So all them dudes, they had to place them somewhere. They just did numerous amount of times in the SHU. Some were there. The guy that I think was there the longest was Yogi Pinnell, and he got killed in New Folsom. He is BGF. I think he did 46 years in the SHU or something like that. He was in the San Quentin 6. I never met him, but my cellie did. So they had to bring all these guys out of the SHU. And when they brought them out of the SHUs, they had to send them to yards. Well, Some of them ended up at CMC in 2017. I'm not going to say no names. I am going to say the name of the homie that was up under me that got killed. An incident happened on A Yard, and the incident was with a J-Cat Black. Well, I think he's a J-Cat. I thought he was a J-Cat. And two Southsiders over something very stupid. Yelling on the tier, being loud, slamming his door. At CMC, you get a key to your door. So you can go in and out of your cell all day long. And then at Night Yard, you go in and out of your cell. At night, they come and lock you in and you can't come out, but you get a brass key to your door. I've never been to a prison like this. So it's very, very lenient there. I had a phone there. And what happened was right before this riot, like a week before this riot, I got in a fight over a poker game. So I was in the hole. And when I was in the hole, this riot happened. And the homie Matthew Cook from Stockton, Northern Crip, got killed. And how he got killed was, my understanding, I talked to both sides. I'm back. Uh-oh, what's going on? I'm on my webcam now. As you see, my electricity went out. I didn't pay my my electricity bill. I'm just fucking with y'all. Anyway, um, so damn, I look blurry. Let me get back to this story. So, like I said, 2017, it was actually September 24th. There was a 160-man riot. You can check my facts on this. I'm sure you could Google it. There was multiple people stabbed. It was Southsiders against blacks. And the head of both factions called for this riot because it was 3 individuals involved. And what happened was the Southsiders took off on the blacks on a yard. I was in the hole at the time. And when it happened, the alarm went on for over 30 minutes. So being in the hole is on D yard. It's right across from A yard. So we was hearing this alarm. So we knew it was something serious. Then we heard the helicopter land. And when everyone came back to the hole, they was giving me their input on it. The yard I was on, I was one of 2 people with the phone. And when I went to the hole, I handed my phone off to a homeboy. So because of this riot, they kicked me out of the hole 2 days after the riot because they needed space. They brought all these people to the hole. They told me what had happened, sent me right back to the yard. I was only going to be in the hole for 12 days anyway. I was only in there a week. Matthew Cook, he was 25 years old. He's from Stockton. He was NC, Northern Crip. And he was a half breed. He was half white, I think, or half Mexican and half black. And he got stabbed in his side with a broken mop handle. It went straight through his liver. It went through his back, and he died with that in him. He was 25 years old. He had a 13-year sentence for burglary. And he was young. He was 25. So when this happened, I was short to the house. And I was the oldest NC there, Northern Crip. So everyone came to me and asked me for my advice. Well, all the Southsiders that was involved in it was already in the hole. They was coming out the hole because as of today, I believe that no one was charged for this murder. I can tell you this, though. These are facts. 2 Southsiders, one ended up being a vegetable. They had the grill gate and they slammed it on his head over and over. And the other one, he got stabbed like 4 times, serious stab wounds. So it wasn't no winners or losers in this riot, except we lost somebody. Like I said, it was a very long riot. CMC they didn't know how to respond to this riot because they never had seen this before. And ultimately what happened was you take a soft ass prison like CMC, California Men's Colony I'm talking about, in San Luis Obispo. And you take a prison that's not used to this kind of violence and activities. And the COs there, most of them have been to other prisons, working at other prisons, and it's their last 5 to 10 years before they retire. So they're real kicked back. They're not too much hands-on. So when this type of riot happens in a prison like that, and the COs aren't prepared for it, they don't know how to stop it. And they didn't. This riot happened in both buildings and on the yard, and it was very ugly. When I came out of the hole, they still had cells taped off. Like I said, there was keys to the cells, so people were opening their cells and dragging people in their cells, stabbing them. Other people was locking themselves in the cells so they wouldn't be touched. It was crazy. When I came out of the hole, they wouldn't send me back to A yard. They sent me to C yard. Well, there's 4 yards there, A, B, C, and D. A yard is GP. I take that back. D yard is not the hole. B yard is the hole. I said D yard earlier. So A yard is GP inmates. And years ago, Northerners and Southerners, if they hit that yard, they had 24 hours to remove themselves from that yard or they was deemed no good. They had to take off on someone. But now that these cats came from Pelican Bay, they turned it. So that yard was good for Southsiders. There was no Northerners there at this time. I don't know about now. This is 2017. So when I got out of the hole, they wouldn't send me back to A yard. They thought I was going to cause problems. So they sent me, A yard is GP, B yard is half hole and half GP. One building is the hole and the other building is GP. And that's the only GP yards there. C yard is for people that are not on medication necessarily, not EOP, which we call extremely out of pocket. They're on hot meds. That's D yard. That's where all the JCats go. But C yard was the next step to being a JCat. So they figured I had how many months left? Let me see. This happened September, October, November, December, January, February, March. I had 6 months left to going home after a 15-year sentence. I did 9 years, 8 months on. So they sent me to C yard. C yard, they have a lot of active people over there, but it wasn't as active as A yard. It was triple CMS. I wasn't triple CMS, but they put me over there because of this riot. And I get to C yard and I start talking to people about it. And almost 100% of people I talk to, what's up, Lunatic Frank, rolling 60s? That was the homie right there. He'd been in jail for a long time. He's probably watching this right now. Anyways, when I talked to the people I needed to talk to, they was like, that was an A yard situation. Mind you, on C yard, there was no Southsiders. So the only way that we were going to get any Southsiders is if we went over to A yard, and it was possible. We could sneak to different yards. You just show your pass and walk through this gate. You show your ID and walk through this gate, and you just sneak onto the yard. People used to do it all the time. Go sell dope, go do whatever, gamble, whatever they wanted to do over there. So it was possible that we did this. But there was no Southsiders on no yards no more because they was all in the hole from A yard. So I ended up just doing my time and going home. But this is not good for you guys. So before this riot happened in 2017, I want to let you know just how CMC, the look of it was. So pre-2016, this is the data of CMC. July 2016 to July 2017, there was no murders at CMC. There was 6 assaults on inmates, 16 assaults on staff, and 5 assaults on non-staff prisoners. That means free staff. And that was for a year. And that's a very mild prison right there. If you Google Corcoran and get this data, or New Folsom or Lancaster, you're going to see these numbers very high, way higher than what they are there. After this riot on TV, the district attorney at the time, Lee Cunningham, said he was investigating the Matthews murder. And they never charged no one for it. Matthew Cook, like I said, was 25 years old. And the reason why I told you I had a phone in there is because I was the one that had to call his mom. I had to call his mom. She was white. And she just kept crying and saying, I'm lying. She was going to call the prison. She had no idea. And this is 3 days later. The prison didn't even inform the mother. When I called her, she did not have no idea that her son was dead. He was there for burglary. So this goes to show you. Someone went to prison for burglary, 25 years old, and he went to this is his first time in prison. He went to the softest prison in California, and he lost his life. And I'm going to tell you how he lost his life. Like I said, I wasn't there. but a lot of people connected to me and him told me that they have a day room at the end of the hall, and that's where people go gamble, watch TV if you don't have a TV in your cell. Well, the riot kicked off down the hall from this day room, and the Southsiders took over the second tier in this building, the day room. There was 4 of them in there, and they had knives. Well, they had 2 blacks in there, and they were stabbing them. Well, Matthew Cook ran in this day room without a weapon, and he tried to get the Southsiders off of the 2 blacks in there stabbing them. And one of them broke a mop handle and stuck it through all the way through him. And they said they took him to the hospital. They life-flighted him out of there. He was still breathing when he left the prison. He was talking shit. And by the time he got to the hospital, he was dead on arrival. But for anybody to think that even the softest prisons in California, you can't get murdered, you'd be making a mistake. All these prisons in California are dangerous. Like I said, I've never been to a level 2, never been to a level 1, but I know level 3s, level 4s, you could get killed in a second. It's very dangerous. I want you guys to Google this. San Luis Obispo, CMC, 2017, September 24th. Check out the riot that happened. I believe it was over 150 people there. I'm going to Google it now. I haven't Googled it in a while, but I remember when I was in prison, I Googled it. I was trying to find out what happened. This is a very short video. I want you guys to please hit that subscribe button. I'm monetized. I need a few more subscribers. I need 100 subscribers to get monetized. But I got a video, a banger coming tomorrow about C-Dog from Rolling 60s. I moved in the cell with him at New Folsom. It's probably the most dangerous individual that I ever was celled up with. And I didn't take it lightly. I didn't know him. I moved in the cell with him. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Thanks again for tuning in to the Prison Yard TV. You know, my videos are usually longer than this, but I've been sick with COVID. I told you earlier that my car got stolen this week. I had a very bad 2 weeks. So my phone was in my car. A lot of belongings were in my car. So I will have the same number today. I got my son's phone now, but I will have my same number today sometime. I just got to go get one. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and please share and hit that notification button. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. Tell the people you love them. And stay off them streets at night. It's dangerous out here, especially in Sacramento right now. It's very dangerous. This is called funk season in the summertime out here, and it's going down. Stay off them streets at nighttime. Love you guys. Stay blessed.